The movers and the shakers, number one, never let somebody censor you.
I am a native of Gabon.
Go back to the Holy Quran for solutions. Now the Quran bin Shah Zumba.
And you'll want Abdul Nasr Imam Mahmoud Al Haji Jibril Imam Mustasha.
Look at your beauty beyond your physical appearance.
Why not join me, Abdul-Jalil Naabeli, the son of Musa Kumo, as my guests and I throw you to life-changing stories.
Mashallah, ne poa no wala lo kam za sai ko be ka gba Sagani TV my no na chiva ka bo mo yula Abdul-Jalil na biale zo da sele woten ndele shamala jin madal kam inshallah tiyama la san tafsila san da handale ata liro yanga ne tazan o dal zamani be shala won suna sham halin on jiya sa ashal ma inshallah di pa shala sele bon no ka tarka ba ga Sagantin jiya sa ashal ka to di amfani shal dan be yole o sane sa wo zo ne yara mo yanke inda nan ya shala zo da sele ngo ka onkulen to ase example to biyan che yalbu chimsi yala be shaden kanna de kuyube je jeme to pamli aya tin yan pali aya ma ban ko barka ti anda pali ali aya ngoma dubu ya dozo ya pam ka nya ka li aya ngoma papsa ka to musulun ma ka to po e ban ko ma dan to duga ka won kam da mai iko no ba to manage da piao ka da chaka ban zang ban ko ma da duga shamma ko fito nyan ndalala ban ko ngoma ka to kulen ti tabne kamane ti kwanta ma ka to non ban ko ma da karnan asama be a to yan so bumule amma tin yifun ko arba shamma ka tuna ko arba lala amma ko arba piao million da banu ka ta pali aya ka zan da ma can ta bare kama million da ba wai be pibe she garba ba nta da nyala ban sha da bacan ayan yama kaman ka sor mai da banu ma amma yin chakar la arma no times 2 be kaman ka 50% of the arma para zu ma yan chama ka da nyongo da mai nyongo ni pa share agba mo ma la lo sha pelo nyongo ko arba ko ngoma karatu ne kaman ta tire ne dole ne ma bi ta male ba churpura yara kaman Easter be Christmas anya ka buban yara da don kuyan chaka bi agonin Allah hazan tin kamza sa nje mbelala addini ma yan chaka pansir ba ka bon chaka tin yan musulmi ma ka dutu ba tin le bi la bi agun ma ka tin kala la bi agun ma de zon zo ya pam ka anya kaman ka so zuwa ne le ay ma ba ka yirba nan to daban ko ma ampali aya ko ponna wune no bi an buga hay wan sidi ban ko ma da ya ay ma pam sa ay to kulin na ga za karfa wona fun so ko to lan pali aya ko pa bude dama anyo na wuka nan gobe adadan ta ba da zo tun ta zanta sa'a ta hankal lab na rufu di pashale ta zai to zanta hankal lab na rufu ne ka panta man pam dan to nan ka bi aguma balagam jel futiti kan na wanzan zo ta nan bon da min ya sharin balama no na ci ba zo ti an ku to fu kom kan lab na ti lab na insha Allah ne zanta sa'a tafsirin ma zan go ya ka ta di alzama sharin biyane ka di amfani sharin dosa da ta ta sa ga ti ma no ta ci ba ka bi to lab na fu
Ngile Abdurrahman Muhammad Sane, Buburma Manshane, and I'm a Metro Director of Education. I'm so come ne Olire my Northern Achiever. So come have come ma, the Yala Ben Shaw then to take Hankala, Casson the Nachimuma and Pasarama. Don't found so come Jandy. Linia Sagani, my Northern Achiever, the Yala Ben Shaw, then the Titi Hankala.
I am Alhaji Mohammed Mumuni, otherwise called Lawyer Mumuni. I watch Northern Achiever always, and I feel very greatly inspired. And I thank Sagani Television for airing that program.
Be watching my Northern Achiever on Sagani TV.
Make a date every Friday at 8:30 p.m. only on Sagani TV.
Let's look up Allah for good mind Lord Nachiva Sagani TV so ila de jalo na biale zo da so kare fo ya ba tamala sa to so sa ga ande ka timilo ko akule yo tabaka tedi ala sama ga jande on yisna sham on yeso ni pa sha tene za be roti ya wum ka za ta hanka labsna o sarfe ga ka to ne kana on titi nasara ka ta sa ta be on be sham na be na o bita da ka ta sagar on be sham ma so abjani zo labsna Minister comes as a non so Dr. Abdul-Jalil Tinorgah mbara oyo de dop for katia zan alizama zan changing yatin yanti amfani san doc amarhabu
Go ahead.
thank you kapa apa dominita to plan labo for a couple of times alhamdulillah zo kate for ayo tamama da no ya simpam thank you am to the shamia bakamare Dr. Abdul-Jalil Tinorgah Tinorgah mama they are more like a household name nti benye Karachi na especially Karachi kura mto wunde alaje Cambodia the other local jiji sharaka to go Awudu Tinorgah is it are you related to Lala Tinorgah or be different Tinorgah nkunya
The Abdul-Jalil Tinorgah ma nkunya
okay
so manan bala kaman de bommima
okay
bo bonamala Awudu
okay
the ka wom de Awudu Tinorgah ma
okay
din yala ko magbana din yala Abdul-Jalil Tinorgah official number to dimini yashema Awudu yala Abdul-Jalil
okay
the bienbi hale bombo to yer Abdul-Jalil ma bo bonla Awudu-Jalil ma won ka bon shebu Awudu-Jalil Abdul-Jalil mbala so this short form nya Awudu ma
so it's the same Awudu Tinorgah
the same Awudu Tinorgah
so those I look at and cover me. This is a great man, a great personality, so to speak. I am, on many or contemporaries. Think about it as another gender or you piano radiation. I'm in the Gisana. I'm bound to come and now you can now want to go. Inshallah, the cabo about one will bound out to Tinorgah. Category as a moment. Touch at the cat doc. Awudu Tinorgah, like I said, we can't get my word achiever. But you look at once, cut twice, cut 3 times. In fact, almost all the time it appears. Come on, in a month or within 2 months, I will to program was once or twice. Now, apart from talking about Awudu Tinorgah mass, so could start as I know when you're Awudu Tinorgah, we are kind of some Zanti Dilan.
I am Boxama Apilla and Pilsham.
Yes.
Tamawaka Doma. This ambada nyala barak sergeant. Mbe kulati police station.
Okay.
You pull the shoulder table old hospital man yanku bangle dama bu miale loy. Wo yang da bala. So ne kam be ka wi pia sibtimati doma ka yihmana. Ko ti yaksen man en chang lora. Ka ne ko da chetuma ma kalab na tamale ntimio yang mohya bihi. Ama barak life unambuti kulatin zo na mohya bihi ma. Kan te kat da zorganda in chan sukuru ka chan karm so tinde da nya bi tidaka Allah harbi asibir da tidaka chan la sukuru Monday to Friday
okay
Thursday Friday ma dinyala holidays karm
okay
but Saturday and Sunday kat chan karm
mashallah
kana unda yuti kabu dolti kat karm halti karen sose ma me bon sabre de wali ma walsma kabra sable titi kati nan wali ma
mashallah tentira za anto umka ba wara mobile nyo mobile me bezo da jampa wona ta to bo ba kara shawa na farse na ma ni twana nye ba wa ka juro ba o fulo but so to ko to basa da alba jito no ka ba wa wara kare the distabra ko san so beautiful but it's interesting. If I listen to Kamara Aji Cambodia and others speak about you, I can not picture Kamani growing up, life that I ambition. It would have been an interesting childhood, not so?
Oh, it was. Dinyala de childhood. Kaman time shall ne work ne tizorgan de moya bihima. So pumpo my retirement kuna. So zanum nya mbunda zorganda pumpo. So mohebi hima kanzo.
Okay.
Nyawa pambie ni kan nirba pam kubang. Kula parlement sabru sorma.
Okay.
Mango ti hinda kul sanima ne karinyala council mango nama. Ti demashe nda bala. Hal kammi mango ne maza council da malle nirba kabu carte bi. Timi buza. So bitu kulina so kulian tahane me mango na zuwa. Kizashena Nzonchang. As growing up, one of the things I loved most was the library. And that library, pam.
Okay.
So week come nechang to town books. So that card the pam. Had there all kinds of books.
Okay.
The Jesus Christ book na yanga with pictures ma. young kan karan le ka area ma paba ka kanati le ka kanto wumde de Jesus ni da bunda yan crucify ko zero cross ka febro kan karan do ba ka dol my wum da oh yo. My childhood had a very strong Catholic influence, even though I never became a Christian. Okay. Our Lady of Fatima Primary ka in Chang Sukuru.
Okay.
Kati in in Chang Bishop's Middle. So Sukuruma to that Chang Church benediction. Bishop's Middle to that nang the Rosary. So mire pam amade now the human da nation de mbuche Muslim yeah mbuche Muslim.
So chata ponya shukura ampirega shukuru sham ya poloka apirega shukuru wala ka zanga halle
Our Lady of Fatima Primary to Bishop's Ma. Kandachang Nabrongo Secondary School.
Okay.
So Nabrongo Secondary School mani ya ne denen kulu wupsma. Ntuma de my values.
Yeah. So Our Lady of Fatima Primary Mbala. Then Bishop's
Middle
Mbala.
Yeah.
Okay. So Our Lady of Fatima Bishop's Ma. Let's take middle ma. Year then ka complete middle school.
At 60 years ya talk ka abor mama.
Mashallah.
1966 kanda in Chang Nabrongo Secondary School.
Wow.
So cutting 5 years. 66, 67 kanda Chang Nabrongo Secondary School.
What is your full date of birth?
19 July 1952.
Mashallah.
Now the next month, Ninya 70.
Wow. Happy birthday in advance. I would love for my team to be there to celebrate with you. And so from Navrongo, what was your folio number?
776.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
And so Navrongo Senior High, how was life?
Navrongo Senior High. It was
Navrongo Secondary School. Yes. So Navrongo Secondary School, bulaka jagoda chang until contemporaries, academics, what do we call it, extracurricular activities.
Because the Navrongo, the training is self-sufficiency.
Okay.
So that kato amang yala, even though being the limiting that being man now that you to make a Navrongo Muslim and cannot imagine titi.
Okay.
So to that malati limam kunyela student Captain Sofiano.
Okay.
Kawunyanga kashabat kana. Kura kun gupte kamotizo bihe. Force to kat karanda kat puhru jangle ka dolde adinwa. Ente nebo pambun chang Nabrongo Secondary School. Bun yala ni bun dol adine ka kul be siratul mustaqim ma zoma Nabrongo mang Nsongba. Nabrongo Secondary School Nsongba. Then it was a very academic environment. I mean, the time there was a tradition.
Okay.
Come on, you come Soninya 5 1s, grade 1 distinction. In the book now Malton or the Mawakane.
Yeah.
Bunabu Soba. John in the book.
Yes.
When in that pill 1970 71 ba.
Okay.
Ka next year can Daniele
5 1s.
5 1s, 3 2s, 1 3 and a 5. Grade 1 distinction. Ka following year kasomi nyale so Krisa Timnuma Kutana hale ka de so biyar so ka bondo mona wanda ko ka to smash record man danya 9 1s. Kablambo bobalambo ntiye. Yeah. But so it was a very academic institution. Can you know kachang Ahmadiyya Secondary. The men that wom la buyo kapang mampam in the science. So nekanda changten from 2 years. Commerce.
Okay.
Commerce. Physics, chemistry, maths.
Okay.
The Kayinimane in Chang Medical School, University of Ghana, Legon.
Mashallah.
Until no,
and then that means 7 years ka anong
the money.
Mashallah. Yeah. This thing about medicine, when I was junior high school, I was tempted to read science because I felt maybe I could become a medical doctor, but thank God I didn't, because at some point in my life I think it would have disturbed me a lot. And how was it like? They company, there are a lot more young people. Be somebody be she don't do an womda. I bought na liab go doate dan shele. Wula ni mo hen tunaza nan akarampu ne dan kuyan chaka so abia na so to si liab go la doate ka ba dan ye doate shamo.
Ma de ngoma wona bulam buhara. Ay akuliyan nang la ne mo.
Okay.
That I can results ma kupi. Kapumpon the competition
is even keener.
Is very high. But as long as be so you to ma ko ra ku kpon ma za ka ma menyo nzanwo yo chang UDS. Kabrati yelma ni one year result shangama. Di nyala Ashanti region ko. Nirebo bunya la results ma. Bogard the places din bienwa.
Bugal Segal
Ashanti region.
Bu piz on ba.
Ashanti region.
Subhanallah.
So I carry results ma ku pi. America results man alazan de ka nirbu zorganda mborso. So the best thing is ka ku pangama. Unkuli on songa ka results when yambe to ne. Ka mal songa. There's no shortcut. Pa medicine ko. Kula biago. Biago ka de easy na ku
nyala
ha nala tum
ni mwaka ku. So cha atipia medical school ma pune. You know, be any medicine I am born in my lorry and I am no shamto. Is it the fact they come out to kulu woman me yara? Is it that I am no medicine she I young no mal la amaga into supporter?
Pompon de kula mokso seldom be university chandama. Didn't konya medicine ba chande. The difference is that you kabina mbotuma. Nala tum haltinai abiesu kuruma haltinai po kanantu botuma dezo banku yel ne so nang vinyale zankwa medicine polo de lorozo tunenta mauna loro da dibu galsilala tama you are funded by government, you were housed with Ramalati cafeteria wakati jira halkadin kabormo. So this ama da beautiful. But if you look at my own background,
okay,
at that time, kandato chang medicine. De me panko kula mo yabi Dr. Cho.
Yeah.
Mati da zor gande nwane. Menon da chang. Yunma tinirba yukonda yi north waza.
Ka
chang medicine.
Wow.
Ngumba da chang. So can me farashel din da be wo yale ne. Ama wadato chang halantin ng medicine na. So nukul kwa mga ben yelanga kadijina wanya bun yan tapsong ko to ng medicine ma. So maniya yashe ay borle hal din pa medicine ka borba dinyala engineering ay bor me na nya teacher ay kul borbun shoza na la pang la ma le to nya results ma ka results ma beto no ka dolle.
Mashallah. So this is interesting, but think about it, life as a doctor, and so that katinyenya ayenye dwate beba yel bola ni specialty dan ne atonti boye to azasa na ban. But Annage School of Medicine Legon, I'm sure you would have an housemanship. Yapoloka an housemanship and wulaka jago pselegata after I'm current medicine one night.
And I know housemanship Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Madeka Teaching Sokuru.
Okay.
This Samami, the medical school was Rayon Kunyale, Kula Kolebu Dinama. So 55 in Yati, Tinda night time shell magba, Kanir Pinano Dabu Kabdari Faber.
Udia than Daba in the
79.
79. So 58 to 79, you would have been 21 years. Or 31 years? Right?
No, 52, 27.
52, you were 27 then?
27.
27, okay.
So, Kolebokan no.
Okay.
But Manekul Nagan housemanship. Bankulje mene Tamale Regional Hospital Kayan Katutum. Hadkada Molgal de T classmates, Mumberno Kana Tamale. Wombal Shell in Dolma Kati Kana Tamale. Ka Dr. Kwesi Soda be a ship tomorrow.
Okay.
Ni yerma de kuto bangwa.
Yes.
When what are you young pam ka you Sagani department ma. Karati up to chancellment to nago specialization in Sagani. So one day no kana kati dolta kana tamalo. Tunda kana maneni yatumbi ma kabra tuma bangalo Watson. kamano da dol na tipeni mane so ne mane ka dabe hal kapti to bangalo ko in so mpilla tuma Tamale Regional Hospital.
This is intriguing. Besha Antunete diro da zama ba shi chan to fu kwamo kala pla po katna ndime ya zama ma. Do atetalma de para za yinin ya timal orthopedics timale bensu suhiye to a neurosurgeons that is a brains and others. Clinical doc they specialize in and to to my Tamale ngoma wula ka tuma ma da chanto na bi agono ku ba chanto ne shamza sa tinya la bayan kana tana la pere za sa fu ne na bayan tifu kwamo kala do chan katna my Lord na chiva ka go to lab na fu. Mashallah, in years abso on the man is on for son number you are antin ya. In yama for ya jen ya can it take years right to go be sha. Point in them to the glass assemblyman. Duna do mama be ma got desire na teacher assemblyman duna halen the president. Amamba for ya la man take na to go assemblyman ki lab makwa. Can ni be mi ma. Reso zabso ni my for some work am at ya de ba band ndiala sa. Ndiala nyala wonye. So comes out of Ala as a door and to so far I've been man and Jam Bekumachu and the right near I won't be an enterprise begin your power, Bagasia Pam Zabzumane, Pupalago man, Zasan and by the example also Zantia. Tia Nasham Yama Kaman, Tian Lablamate, Che, Dr. Tumama Pune. And I chant to be an Poicatanan to a Atamatuma. Yadenkar, a Yada Gender Pam.
The mami binu kulzoro wana wo malay yale amaka de tara.
Okay.
La ne danya biya mandate ne yen pela soje. Kati tehne yen yala pilot.
Okay.
Kati zati piki kan le document.
Ka ku be Tamale at that age that time kata na la adura la play. Really?
Yeah.
That's intriguing.
Yes.
Okay.
So the Dr. Telma, my first inclination was to be a pediatrician. Come and be doctor. The Kolebundabala.
Okay.
Kanti ma nang no kalera kwamba. Kanti kana the Tamaron. Kaman Dr. Deli, surgeon danyo, dagadonyo, koda yi German na ti bepe. Kamuno da pam. Ko wonen da mo ni de nan surgery.
Okay.
So ti biela de ka you know be yara to pay maybe later they you know the word other things that happen in my life. But then zama into non public health.
Okay.
So my specialty is public health.
And public health what I need.
Mami, the doctor Jean the patients as only yara kachang apone yara kachang koti le hakasaptima. Public health no bonle la zamatu alafi.
Okay.
So butumanyala dinyan social dinyan dole ka alafi kana so social dinyan dole ka shitune tumno venyaranga. Social dinyan dole ka distribution of our septinema ka diviela. Social thing and then preventive measures. So come sanitation, vaccination, lala binyera.
Cholera the number
then the public health. So lala specialization ndazama in chang the Ministry of Health headquarters.
Okay, no, think can demand because I want to jump again, but I yell ben shaka pema nyasam pam. This way a pump curtain here, Sasha, Permanent Ministry be Shukur Shelley, and the Karam Nago part to do 1 year. Ka or I will make quarter band or a car to do. Until I young be to act upon the boss. But you wanna how should I Borban would dwell? Can you to Borna Kuna Dam? Yi katom Borbana and Sham Vu Shab, what was the motivation? Bondari Pias Unica Borna Vun Young the Magwan Tom Pamas who can I get a bit about him?
Then Nusundako Temakaman, the chunk to Bohan to Sharon. yan tum le man zang lo kuliya ntitum tindanya the Northern Students Association nganda nang the workshop women now nong marama Bishop Derry.
Okay.
Archbishop Derry.
Temel or house UDS. Derry house.
Tinda nya bihi nti dan shel koda kana to toss it to your tower. Unfortunately for me, I was sitting in front. Ami oni na nebeshem. The mala torchlight. We could lihra at the pyramid.
Wow.
So ko ji platform azo in yera ka lihra tan karmala man ko lihra. Kada yel ne tizani jion ti yila voyanana. All of us from the north, Farah, the Voyakatina. So I now need to you are Kayi Volma. Kaptoza Numa, Pia Volma, Ntivo Shebna. You have failed.
Wow.
The Najin in mind. So Maneda Kuna, Mandabo Minizan daughter Talma Kuna. Into Tumpion.
Mashallah, you know, this is interesting, you know. And so Mamuna, what are we doing to influence our society? Donc, Mamuna, non, de donc plein chaka, to bateau diable fla, zanti, to génial, de gala, yet to achal den to the TV Europe. To chata gulabla, and to papier. Amine Dr. Chiva Pakuna Tamale, Capita Quartes, Bon Camino Biana, Capito Bangulo, Wulaka, Jaguda Pidicata Tamale as a doctor.
Oh, it was fine. They took Pambada Biene.
Okay.
And they were interested in teaching. Especially Dr. Delon. Then a yellow medical officer, but they don't know the operation Shanga. Surgeons in Nangale. The strangulated hernia.
Okay.
Maharede intestines. No, pardon, resection and anastomosis. Intestines, joiner. To make theater. Kaban te baga ka bolo ko tikana we kana obi ande suma we nkuljela nyanga mbo forceps na bihim pe ka vp ko yela yan nang sham kai la confidence kabra titi so to that boy pam the ups and gani bala makati men kwesi ndabe ups and gani ko yalne de wajam so yan wutlas benang the cesarean section quickly so koda
operation
koda zang tipe kayal kwesi assist makan nang cesarean section ko nang next case ne te kana ko yal Awudu yin kamna assist makati nang benwo katinang third one ne te kana won yal de yinir bay man nang me decide ma ngoni yan surgeon kan won ya assist. So can number you know that nang cesarean section ma. Next one it can when that when surgeon ma when nang ma kada one ma assist. Then na ko yel man to sukurna ya. Wala nje so bolo yung. Ni case kana. So from then
that's how you started.
Kati malle chana. So in those days they were teaching and we learned a lot. From there.
This is interesting, and Zoom will to come villa doaten in chapter Vian Kakabam Beshadem be doate telling interesting times, I believe. But the worship Yamakamani. What was the feeling like under a very first operation? Kakunya and your mamma no operation on your own. Was it successful?
Yes, it was.
When that
the material ma pambo bien so budibu ya nchaka
yes
a chante meshi
yes
so halbon kadu ma gwa bien because bomene anto bolwa kabu kana. No, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling of achievement, but it's also a good feeling of saving a life. Yeah. How does it feel? Several things. Budabol ma yung kanchang ka dom da moso the pa ko door kan chang ti around 3 a.m. kada yi bima forceps ndangale te malaban kada bar bima zo ka asong kare yira so nan ma kan lab kan lan yin kuna ka 1 or 2 days later injila yang bam water sin kan yarma kula regional officer mo injima kaso tu piana ka wargu puhu kaman le no wala ko piana no panda yan do yung la kar musa halka bubol makanti pina nenti na kawyal ne pama do ya wasu ne mashima de poko kanda no to poma. So for a long time kambon so tam kam wonya ma woyarba la pama ne pa be pom danyo pama ne passion. So it's a very good feeling.
Mashallah. But you know, there's always a good and a bad side to everything. Have you actually done an operation? Karakunya operation one no to fail that I mean.
And then there are several. I'll tell you several examples of them.
Okay.
So tidanya la pabo from Pungpang hinterland. So before Kabukana, the Tianyamika bo zamba me either bicycle be tractor nti paso zo lan connecte hale nti party pi wenti am pana time shelma bugaria you know the metabolic changes you know what come na you know so you rush in ning operation ma awu ka anesthesia ma nyango be ki yi bi ma ka bi ma pumpi mbioni be ki yi bi ma ka mbakane so tinya dana the I pumpo to bla nyarle measles banka ko bala yo banko the did be pediatrics that tum do tuma pam de da kulla bi ma so I could pure word first and sister and yara measles with malnutrition was a kind of young. Measles with dehydration, diarrhea and vomiting was a kind of young. And that was very, very upsetting. And that is one of the reasons I went into public health. So time to be in yala.
Yes,
I went into public health.
That. But before Katipchara, how you got into public health, Mama. This operation, Mama, is it a young Kulani Selma? Kana go kai be command can operation will be like how do you do it?
No, the will be here me. Matima bien de yan cha bi kaman
ko jita mama ya
ka kablam feel de la bierma. It's the same thing ma ay malbana no bunto chip sherga ngam kam mar le kabo ka le kabo feel de bierma anesthesia sheb babam sam ko ba. So pa dotema when you nang prepare when nang anesthesia ma.
Okay.
So ba bang samba so yan ncho bihta kana nang operation ma. Kabliher the man to nang the operation ka
what negi
ko po ne ba ka anesthetist ma yela ni de ne wo jimba kalama wo jele. It means oxygen is not going well. Bumi pam you theater so tin danya bihima I know the car anesthetist mighty yela na take care of this you listen nda nong the obstructed command ba yimi hernia when you the pole but poema there are different types but
the kunyon the do lanche
no dinjir de sangane dinjir kalabrama so dinto yina karba kablan labra that's why it's an emergency because yimbo chanti yi the blockage problema the kurla nyarma and then it becomes a big emergency so nda you la zayina ka ko shel din yi operation site ma kadman la dulu so I wasn't sure what it was. Anesthetist that man da yelma. Ne bonwa man la dulum. Chakati zan katita nango yolne katiti yo bladder. Dinyala o bladder ma nche tinya katita manu. Anesthetist man da yelma la. Ma mind da bo chang nang la. So katida nang la kadina.
So kina sharme ba.
Shebma ba nda bolla Dr. Deli. Din sheshem kakulang mabno so anesthetist bombe theater mabo mala experience pam so I bonang jilmanke kabiyal ka wum the impala banks
Mashallah. Nti azumo ngona mo kamye Dr. Blabe mo bo no bam Dr. Tare amfani za ta tambo ba ka tijelle. But let's come to looking at unknown sham to pay public health fune. But even before that, come on to feel as an Banko Apollo. Bozo kardale kur nirba sa ashar pam. Zumo katibla mile. Is it that Trabia zipsum ni? What is the problem? What was it?
The mapampo timal durong da kunyala hal ti yanam da mile me. Shebba yerme ne boda bu kandi biya until ka bampo to bago. So I mal bi ka bu bo yal ne bihata ama won pa hanama bampo na bu bago.
Okay.
So naklo bago ka distable ne
the deeper bago ka bo de sala
ka distable no obanjable. Katimal vaccination.
Okay.
The nyangdale. Vaccine mean tum de shema. The bangdable nang la vaccine ma. Kad tir do ma kakaya. Ma mi bi ne ba bang ko do lang baro.
The woman won ko amelo.
No the way bupi. The kulang to bago.
Okay.
Wo mala immunity. The vaccination ma tir la bi ma bang ko ma but mildly the paladin and muscle. Ama the tiro immunity ma. So bank to Canada do to bago. So that's the essence of the minute. Ne yal ne den challenge public health ma. 1984.
Okay.
Be 83. Tidanang la big measles vaccination campaign.
Okay.
Ghana was a northern region. Dr. Bugrenda Betitone. Kat nang northern region wadene. Totin na le kan chancellment and la changlam postgraduate Liverpool.
Okay.
Until nang yuman nahanwani. So final 2 years ma can that ma data on measles in the Tamale children's ward. That last lot data ma to analyze it and the makuma dimpa measles malaria. I den no den palma di yalara. Kabatumala 2 or 3 cases. Kan jesul katene binyakle kabo. Benang ma. Kan tipkuna. Ka bangpo sama tikana kan chang ward. Nkul mal shil ni de tinda ku tum de shem ka nang de bi kom ka nang de cut down ka. Pukan. My sister ka. Where are the measles cases? We don't see measles anymore. Immunization mazo. Bublan yerle. Hal katin pam par bu boharwa. Ne bank po chetma de biabo de kana yuno. Yes. And it is to the extent that pumpo medical students buji bank po bunajin yele. So di tipe aship ma nara bu bolba na nebtinya. De mala beno yos jagambala yo mandaji jaga. Nida jul nanda nida nya jaga. Watchman kolebu munda nyo kada zonwo bina nti yalma ni jagambala kan yal ni jagambala beo ni imaya gumman kan ba bi manu npe building shall shabunda tum the MFU ko dati woni la kulle le wel mene yos.
Wow.
So la ka tituma ma bi so pompo measles lankan. So then that if I use my life preventing these things is worthwhile.
So that means measles ma banda no the vaccines ma like tala ni nyambo karwo ne kama ben yara pambian ka agbanu to strong ban to tie
in the area of public
so under public health ma did you actually achieve lala aim share under nyaka borna actually fune?
Well I achieved the didn't that the Minister of Health Management.
Okay.
How can that be Ankara? And became the acting director of medical services. That's the most senior technical position.
Okay.
In the ministry. Pumpo didn't tell me because the well Ghana Health Service and Minister of Health. Yeah. To reforms man but before then the director of medical services was the highest technical position. Deme tumshel ne tum no ma ndati ba ntma opportunity kan chang to tum Geneva World Health Organization.
Okay.
2 years. Kaye ne mane
in Changtetum UNICEF, Nigeria, Tanzania, Kenya, Kana retire kuna. Nigeria dinma maybe ida wumrika Nigeria north kabda zasene bunku de polio vaccination. Ne American borno population and so on.
So the coronavirus.
So then it was one of my biggest public health battles because that was a global Dunyaza dale hermene Nigeria, Sudan, Afghanistan, Pakistan. There were a few countries that still had measles, but Amaka Nigeria and
was it polio or measles?
Polio. Sorry, polio. Ndakul Malle. And the North refused. But now Yuma Yul Awudu, Nyala Muslim. So I got entrance to the North that most people didn't have. I had audience with the Sultan of Sokoto to ask him to help us.
And then they saw you as one of them.
Yes.
Because I understand about rules and regulations.
But I invite him the meeting, Islamic Council for Sharia. Show the Bauchi.
Yeah.
Bauchi
in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yes.
Bunda kana. I don't want kanda general presentation to because would I invite him to talk to them about polio and what they could do. Ko yamani no then Chelsea means no ko ne yam bien bi halma yam bien bi halma Ghana deni yan ko yalma. I made them a presentation. So that was one of my biggest
achievements,
battles. Well, we didn't clear it before I left to Tanzania, but we have brought it down.
But at least you had been able
yes,
vaccines, man.
How can you govern about that publicly? That non polio drop man will be only just to encourage others to do it.
MashaAllah. Timbala Dr. Awudu Tinorgah, so conversation ma. Yung kan ko wum de fila ma ni chen sama ba na amfani yala ben sha den biyar fini ta anwo so ne ti an kun ta to ko biyar fu kan labla ti labna insha Allah wata mba twente ntonto nye yeto asha den ko yamba ayina ta zan di amfani doc san point kan 9 ko vati zo jima de chen ka ta ma na ci ba ka go saga ti zo to labna ko.
Every week, my team and I work tirelessly to bring to you prominent Northerners, one at a time. They tell us their stories of how they grew up, the struggles they have been through, and how they attained greater heights in life.
I used also to paint Ankura.
What do you mean by so? I showed so many things.
Further, they give pieces of advice to the youth and parents alike that, if adhered to, will change society positively.
I job here. This only Bonle. I only Bonle. You couldn't buy.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Make another appearance. You check out the gender.
Now, you must trust in yourself, believe in yourself, have confidence in yourself.
You must always pray for people to succeed in their various fields. Then Allah will give you what He thinks is best for you.
Wherever we find ourselves, let's see how do we support each other.
Young people must learn to spend within their means. And to grow, always think before you spend.
Quel que soit vice présentement, ministre ou la government d'aller de Banana Yes,
So, why not join me, Abdul-Jalil Naabeli, a son of Musa Kumo, with your family and friends every Friday at 8:30 p.m. on your favorite TV station, Sagani TV, on My Northern Achiever, as my guests and I thrill you to life-changing stories. Follow me on social media at Jalil Naabeli, like our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube page, both at My Northern Achiever, for present and past videos, as well as more info. My Northern Achiever, time is money.
Nipoka pam, you love the Jalil, Naabeli. My own achieva cargo Sagani was no other sort of Dr. Awudu Tinorgah, and General Sama or young Dumpu. The Katian Gunatinia Kamani, Doc Nera Nigeria, before Nigeria, I think I end up to Tanzania and other places.
Geneva, WHO, World Health Organization.
But even before we get there, Ghana, the military war gata. Because from Tambale, public health service, Hali, Minister of Health. We are not to transition. Is it that handpick can be application that look at apply and how did it work in Ghana as the boss of the technical,
Before can pay public health. Rawlings in there are now 82
81.
81 cool.
That's 1st December 81.
Ma the Saka Borabon the ministers secretary. Kabra Pima PNDC secretary for the upper region.
Okay.
This side it was one region, it's not upper east, upper west. KTM film nam. It was one region.
So it was a huge
upper region.
Then, quite big.
Ka nda nangle many da nangle tida dalla taba de kama nda biela pe kanir bo bondoma na rama alaji bi efuseni.
Okay.
Mon mbo ni Awudu Rawlings bonda bu na kana gonda barracks dimi sahabum bola gonda barracks da biam nyele ka de tizo yirusu yom ka ngba da bolma maya kafi ben ki jishel polo bon ko yel ne panon de inyen kambe bonna ma bukul bola le radio zo ko na kamna gonda barracks so lala all kinds of drama kan te chang gonda barracks ka bizama men non discussion. How should the NDC go? What should they do? What should they call the ministers? Minister be commissioner be how could that be secretary? So neither discussions now. I was confident that Bubu Bolman for anything. They miss ship dial Nzoma. Can dial in Zomika Kayel Wula. Damapumpo, I don't have anything. Bunti yang Bama, Damala Loro Kurshele, the Renault 4, the men Nema. Nampanem be, So what can they
get from me?
Yeah. So Butchang Chang, the Manizo, then it would Kulian John So can that chang. So the young captain the tenant discussions man come na northern region until a PNDC secretary le nang teng ba shama.
But even before Katu Unimani, what did they see? Bokabranyani, because of all the people. Why you?
Yeah. So I don't know for a fact.
Okay.
But Lala PNDC need appeal. There were a lot of young people. Kamang Chris Atim, Mami, he was a member of the PNDC. Zayebo, Yan, they were the boys around. So Dinyala Buddha Boharme, who are the young people who
stand out
straight, who this then turn can you the money. So Kandayel I've been out of medical school. They got 2 years. So to Chelka Kana into 2 more. When they go and think about it.
Okay.
So second one, we have to go and think about it. Kakmamba, people like Alhaji Mohammed Idrisu. If you want to stay in this country, and the government is asking you to do an assignment, they say go and think about it. Then you go back and say you won't do it. They say go and think about it. You have to advise yourself. So kanda sound in Nangle, but for a short time, my medical career
would die.
Would die. So
that means first northern region Kabrazanga can decline.
So need a sigh, then it's a my upper region. The northern region, madam Bob Mapam. So come Yalambazo, so come Yalamba, and so at that time you are not strong enough. So Buchang upper region, so Kabrasa Kanchang upper region. That's how come I went to the upper region
as the secretary.
Yeah, the PNDC secretary. Very challenging.
Yes, that's the champion. Yeah. In fact, not until now. To be very frank, be politics in the beautiful because that made you a politician. But it was a political appointment.
I was immunized. Immunization. My life that immunity against politics. Politics.
Never again. So how challenging? Was it tough? You know, secretary.
No.
So
I live Tuma, and you are looking to do it the best way you can. It was a difficult job. I look to do it the best way I can. And that's one of the advice I will give to young people subsequently when we are concluding.
Yeah.
So, you will, I was under 30 years.
Yeah.
So you will realize in no time that the work is over your head.
Wow.
And ambuzang hankale, you will mess up. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Akatapore da Chang Paga. Akatapore was a member of the PNDC.
Okay.
Ko Chang Paga PDC rally. Kanang excited. Tidamala contract with Tate and Light, Tono irrigation project, but then that managerly.
Okay.
And their contract was up for renewal and signing. So Koyel in the rally that we will not sign the Tate and Light contract. Imperialists are coming to take our resources.
Oh.
Kaba announced it 9 o'clock news. Next day, 8 o'clock, the manager from Tono was in my office in Bolga. Mononijin ko Boharma is that government's position, but is that one Dihamashema. This is somebody who has negotiated all over the world. And Kantiji office how many weeks or how many months?
Little or no experience at all.
So after some time, when I saw how the discussion was going, even though this in the region, the minister in charge of Tono is the Minister of Agric.
Okay.
So we should stop this meeting. I'll call him. And he will give guidance on how we proceed. Lala, Professor Bote Dokundanya, Minister of Agric. He came to Bolga. They sat in my office. So women Tate and Light management, they went and completed the work in Accra. So those are the kinds of things we dealt with. PDC time, people were jittery. We are not shaking the upper region. You know, they will go. And PDC upper region, we are a net importer of food. So think to put down Makabu. Buzo Kayal Nebukulanchang. Who's the starvation here? So Ibara Manuna, I'll enable you. Kichang to Dak, Kawana and Bendera. So when you bring it and we will put it in food pools. When we are able to do the regional and district food pools, Timbunkarwa, and we'll sell at the control price. Tidamala Shell Karibi Regional Administrative Officer and Chief Directors, my Budabomba Regional Administrative Officer. Cantabile Tibima Laure. Kasab Bangti in the Bury. He was the PNDC Secretary for Northern Region. My was song Bakabu Chang Damango area ma. Tida Bunderana. Anytime you get enough on a articulator, tell me, we will send an articulator.
Wow.
To come and collect the food. 3 weeks. Buwalma. Kaptekana. Ne bun changma. Parwen yi ankarana. Ntidar de bendrama above control price ma. Those were the days of essential commodities. So ne bun kanna bujila chinchinana, ne milk, ne bun yarana in exchange. So ne ruma busa kwatwa. So after 3 weeks, ma 12 bags kabada. Can yellow bags ma be need to be damango. My Yalkara go to the regional and account for the money you spent and give him the rest of the money. Mandabulam vihinya de alang palam. But that's how that problem was solved, to keep peace in that. So there are many examples.
Yeah, in all of this, there are advisors. Be kamane arakul tumdala tuma with your own mindset.
That time we were not organized to have advisors. Your advisors were the people you worked with in the in the office.
But usually, I think a tough situation like what will I carry in on? I took some tough decision to make.
Well, I used to rely on myself. My bill member. I used to rely on myself, but the RAO was a very mature person, and I could talk to him.
Okay.
And I think he also realized that I dealt with him respectfully. So I got advice from the RAO as well.
Wow. So these are interesting times of a young doctor that was forcibly a politician. And you said we were immune. But before we get to that immunization, you spoke, unofficially, off camera about why, chieftaincy crisis. What was it about, and how did you
No, the parliament no me pierpune. There are permanent.
Okay.
There are Bela region man. And there was a threat of communal violence because when that did Wama, Sonda contestro.
Okay.
Yakubu pa.
Kona kujia.
So they were on the verge of Bunwaka Buyeli LTJ. So ka Ankara TJ that I should bring them. Kabazang plane yenga mtichina. So that was a difficult thing. So manda to kan first nama nta Yakubu panda ka kana no nirwa ka bu plane ma ka bu daba to the back
ka bu curtains lamse
ka menang officials ni soje ma ka tipi ka nanzang
second
ada nama impina so la kan zang bachang Ankara timpa Ankara ka to pokla zayino mpammo they had arranged accommodation for them. Couple other one ma mpammo. But this are you will hear rumors and that woman the buyele ni zangba chang Ankara ma na edu lodge kabda sa kad merde castle ne nchem kabzang nice accommodation tiso mballa wa accommodation ma dibo nyene. I didn't even know who arranged accommodation and who took them. But the other thing is also that Banjala Wapa, Mayila Wa, the village Nyala Ego around Wa. So Pumpo Nanam Bila Wa.
Okay.
My grandfather has a house in Wapani.
Wapani, okay.
So but I'm mame intama. Da we yelne the Yakub ma no menang nahabuso are friends.
So itu nice accommodation.
So, no, Pongondanya nice accommodation ma.
Okay.
One day man, I was supporting him. That there's all come with Charles Soja name chante Bunkaro Pedu ko Kolanto or something like that. But then Laza Bongma shell there in Tabla Kabang, but that's part of growing up.
Wow. These were interesting times, I believe, and so I think Zungo Dapsulong, I think when I shall be able to Sama Zunambara, Salan Kani, but there's still a lot because Dok Nala won Chang, Tanzania, Nigeria, maybe Tinama yet to Apam the Pune, on that Chang into the Ministry of Health, there's not another to ask the to a doctor, baby, Agupune, will I near Objawan, original Pune, will I go, or to tablet, family. Doctor, I want to swap up to call her. How do you manage all of these things as a doctor? Mrs. Sanyala Bensha, I don't want to trust. Can I check on that politics man briefly? Trust me, it's a being able to my regional minister zone. Come on, come on, media mat, a deep white tower. Wait, Tala, his son, when the regional minister called back and be able to my man up from the regional minister. The point you have to amber value by the gentleman go along. But you like that can I high 40 politics man when you or the phone, how did you even get out of it? So you're a family and Katia and Target. There's a town is out of Zimazal. Now a part is on that inshallah, Tina Doctor Tinorgah at about 20 to our map. Nya Tina and Daria Sham Kadi and Hanadam Dr. Sunny. So that's no up for some Pierre Doing Sunny, Latif Bennett, afresh one to podcast and then representing Sabali studio stuff in pro yade video na zoom da so na to so ne da chan so kan za sasana nan ban yene da wani tinte yun pala ku ba ba do na won pa ante yun bo do insha Allah ka te na ko bi na mfu ka ba yun pala na wai ka to so dale tin ya ba ya zan ma no na ci ba lanti ka di an fa insha Allah da ku na bi jalo na bi assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh